Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So today I thought I would talk a little bit more about Wellbutrin and how that's actually been going for me. And I'm actually not going to talk about the mood aspect or the depression aspect of the medication. I'm actually going to be talking about, I guess, the food aspect of it is probably the best way to put it. So you guys know I've been on this for, I think it's been like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that at this point, probably less than what I'm actually saying. But if you guys want like specific details, you can go like rifle through my videos and figure it out. But it's been like 2 to 3 weeks, so hasn't really been that long at all. But because it's an NDRI, so it's a norepinephrine dopamine reuptake inhibitor. So basically that means that it blocks epinephrine, or no wait, it blocks the neurotransmitters norepinephrine and dopamine. So basically, like, that's why it works if you're like addicted to nicotine, for example. That's like one of the other main uses for it. So basically it blocks those neurotransmitters from getting through, and basically it just kind of like makes your addiction die down. So I know for a fact that I had, like, I wouldn't say a serious addiction, but it was pretty bad. I had pretty bad, like, cravings for sugar, for salts, all that kind of stuff. And I have actually found since being on it that I don't want those things as much. I will still eat them, but I don't eat as much of them at once. And I find that to be very interesting. So beforehand, it was, excuse me, kind of just like, my way of kind of elevating my mood, especially when it comes to chocolate. That's basically what I was trying to do. But basically I ended up, not really wanting that kind of stuff anymore. I've actually been gearing myself more towards like fruits and vegetables, which is also really interesting because in the past I would, have like fruits and vegetables, but I wouldn't have them every single day. And now I feel like I can't even live without them. Like if one day passes, I can't do it. So it's really interesting to see what I'm reaching for now, because in the past it was like literally anything. Yes, I do still have normal cravings, like pizza is one of my really bad ones. I've pretty much been addicted to pizza for the past 2 years, and a lot of that has contributed to my weight gain. But in addition to that, it's also like pop and that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty aware of, like what I have actually been changing. And I would like to tell you that I have lost more weight since I got to school, but honestly, I don't know if I have or if I haven't, because I don't have my scale with me, and the closest scale is over at the rec. I have not been in there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have not been in there. I'm slowly working my way through that training guide from Women's Health. And when I say slowly, I mean at a glacial pace. So I'm just starting off very, very simple, trying not to like kill myself or overdo it. And I'm just really trying to make it a habit. And that's also what I'm trying to do, like with the fruits and the vegetables. So what I've actually started doing is I'll get up and I will get ready for the day or whatever, and then I'll go and grab some, fruits and veggies out of the fridge, and I'll just munch on those as kind of like breakfast. I usually will also have like almonds with that, or I'll have something like Greek yogurt. And I've really turned that part of my life around, because I used to be so bad when it came to actually eating breakfast. I would never do it, and now I really try to make it a point to do it, just because I know, you know, it's good for me and it's gonna get me going for the day. So anyways, that is part of it. The other part is I honestly just, I don't really know. It feels different, if that makes any sense. Like, it's not something that you can really see so much as something that you would have to experience. And it's really kind of weird, because I've never been in this position before, and it's uncharted territory, because in the past, you know, I had grown accustomed to being addicted to salt, being addicted to sugar and all that kind of crap. And now I have done like a total 180. So a good example I would have to say is coffee. So anybody who knows me, they knows I cannot live without my coffee. I have to have it every day. And it's just how I mentally like keep myself in check. And not only that, it tastes like really good. So a good example would be, I should say, when was it? It was this past semester, so in the spring. I was drinking 12 cups of coffee a day, so an entire pot, and I would drink about 6 cups of that at a time. So I would drink half a pot at a time. In that half of a pot, I would put, I think at one point I actually figured out how much sugar I was putting in, and it was anywhere from half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And not only that, I was also putting in about half a cup, okay, maybe not half a cup, but like 1/4 of a cup of creamer. So you could really tell back then I was incredibly addicted to sugar. It was really bad, and it ended up being so bad that I actually went through like the giant bags of Splenda in 1 week. So it was definitely very bad. Not only that, but I went through creamer like this, and now I measure it out, not intentionally. It's just kind of like what I reach for. But I have like 1 tablespoon, and I just put 2 of them in my coffee. And then you guys have probably seen this mug before, but this holds about 4 cups. And then it also holds creamer. So, excuse me, but I put it all in there, and just 2 tablespoons of, you know, Splenda. And then I would have to say probably like 2 to 3 tablespoons total of, you know, my creamer. And, you know, the creamer in and of itself has sugar. So the fact that I went from having all that sugar beforehand to what I have now is just, it's insane to think that, first of all, I was putting that much shit in my body, and second of all, that I was like that addicted to it. It's just insane for me to think of that. So I really do feel awesome, you know, with this whole Wellbutrin thing. I really do. And obviously, like I said, there's still some things where I'm like, you know what, I still want this, but it's really kind of different. I'll give you guys another example. So, bagels. I am a huge carb lover, and that seems to always lead to my demise. So, basically, any kind of carb, like chips, pretzels, bread. I love bread. I'm like most of the world, you know, I love bread. Carbs are so delicious. And when I came back from Italy, I think my addiction to carbs got even worse because, you know, over there I was exposed to like pizza and pasta and all these delicious, like, freshly made breads and all this other kind of stuff. And it was just so damn good. And when I came back last year, you know, that addiction kind of stuck. So that also applies to bagels. Yeah, definitely. Although I'm actually really proud of myself because in the past I would sit down and I would take an entire, like, I'm not even kidding, an entire package of bagels, excuse me, and I would just go through every single one of them one by one, you know, smear cream cheese all over it, and didn't really, I mean, I knew it was a problem, but, and then now I can literally just have one, or I can even have half of one, and I'm completely satisfied. And it's not so much that I feel satisfied like from a feeling in my stomach. It's like a mental satisfaction, if that makes sense. It's something that I feel like you really have to experience to understand, but it's really kind of cool to see like the differences between, you know, what happened before and what happens now. So I don't know, I think it's really interesting. I'll give you guys one more example. So M&Ms, you guys know I love M&Ms. God, ever since I was like 3 years old, I've always had a thing for peanut M&Ms. Those little bastards are so delicious. And, you know, I was kind of like going back to my old ways over the summer. You know, I kept buying them. But then once I started on the, you know, the Wellbutrin, I keep wanting to call it bupropion because that's the actual name of it. But after I started on the Wellbutrin, I haven't wanted it at all. It's literally like that out of sight, out of mind type deal. So I haven't really been thinking about it. Yes, there are times when I do still crave something sweet, but I've been like going more towards stuff like iced tea. And I'm not sure if that's a southern thing or what, but that's just, I don't know, it's what I've been experiencing. So I think it's really cool to see the differences like that. And you know, like I said, I don't really want to talk about the emotional or like the depression aspect of it in this video. I'll probably address that in another one. But I just think it's really interesting to see the differences between before I was on the Wellbutrin and now that I'm actually on it. So it's definitely weird because, you know, I don't know, it's probably the best way to describe it is you get so used to your addictions, you get so used to what you love, and you're like, you kind of have it in the back of your mind like, this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life, or this is how it's going to be for the foreseeable future. And then to have it do like a complete 180 is just incredible to see, in my opinion, because it's not really something that you expect. It's not something that you try to do. I mean, maybe other people do, but for me, it just kind of fell into place like that. Yes, I have been making a more conscious effort to eat fruits and vegetables on a daily basis, but I don't know. It's not so much like I have to force myself to do it. It's like I actually want to do it, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I'm rambling at this point and I apologize, but basically all you really need to know is that for Wellbutrin, it definitely does exactly what it says. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there just in case any of you were curious, or maybe, you know, you were thinking of putting yourself on it, or maybe you have like a family member who's thinking about going on it, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're just naturally curious. But I thought I would just throw that out there for you guys. Just like kind of, you know, something interesting to just kind of throw out there. But anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Pinterest, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, links are all in the description below. Don't forget to follow me on all those, see what I'm doing throughout the day and the week. And don't forget to subscribe for more content if you haven't already. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.